Hi everyone. Today our topic is percentages and their applications. In this lesson, we will understand what percentages are, how to calculate them, and how they are used in everyday life such as shopping, exam results, profit and loss, and statistics. What a percentage is. A percentage is a fraction out of 100. The word comes from Latin, that is percentum, meaning for each 100. The symbol of percentage is this, and its key idea is an unknown value with a percentage, meaning that divide it by 100 or convert it into 100. Like suppose if this x is 65 here, that is x percent. In case if we write 65%, then this 65% means that 65 divided by 100, and this will mean that 65 out of 100. So this gives 0.65, a decimal number. Now we will learn how to convert between percentages, decimals and fractions. These three forms represent the same value in different ways. Once we understand the conversion rule or the conversion rules, mathematics becomes much easier in daily life. Now the first one is convert percentage to decimal. So the rule is divide by 100, because the word percent means, that is x percent means, as we discussed earlier, x percent means x divided by 100. Now in this case we have example of 25%. So divide this 25 by 100. 25 divided by 100 will give us 0.25. You simply, like in case of converting decimal, this 25%, just move decimal point 2 places to the left. So this will become 0.25 directly. Now if we want to convert decimal to percentage, then you just multiply it by 100, because the rule is now multiply by 100. In this case we have example of 0.08. So to convert this to percentage, just multiply this 0.08 with 100, then you will get 8%. After multiplying, you put this percent sign with it. Now to convert percentage to fraction, put over 100 and then simplify. So 40% is just divide 40 by 100. Just put a slash sign and you will convert it into fraction. You can simplify it just like this. 40 divided by 100 gives us 2 divided by 5 after simplification. A percentage is always out of 100. Next is how to convert fraction to percentage. So the rule is convert the fraction into decimal, then multiply by 100. So here the fraction is converted into decimal and then it is multiplied by 100. So we are getting 75% in this case. Now 100% meaning whole, matlab overall. 50% means half, 100% means complete, and 200% means double. If your salary becomes 200%, it means it doubled. Now we learn core for percentage calculations. First is finding percentage of a number. So for this formula is percentage multiply by a number. We first convert the percentage into decimal like this, the percentage decimal, and then multiply, so to get the result. The word of in mathematics usually mean multiply. In this example, what is 30% of 200? We learn how to find percentage of a number. So here we discuss 30% of 200. So for this we just multiply 30%. First we convert it and then multiplied it with 200, and then we get a result 60, meaning that 30% of 200 is 60. Now we learn finding what percentage one number is of another. For this we are using formula, that is part divided by whole multiply by 100. That is part divided by whole and then multiply by 100 to get the percentage of the number. In this case, this part represents smaller value. This whole represents total value. Now example is about 45 out of 300. So 45 of 300 means that what percentage of 45 is of 300. So for this we will use this formula, that is 45 the smaller part and this 300 the whole. So 45 divided by 300 and then multiply by 100 will give us 15%. So this 15% is the resultant value, and this means that 45 is 15% of 300. This 45 is 15% of this 300. Next core calculation is finding the whole given a part and its percentage. So for this we are using the formula part divided by percentage over 100. That is, for finding like this, for finding the whole, if you want to find the whole, then you use this formula, that is part divided by percentage over 100. Percentage over 100. That is, we divide the known part by the decimal part, the known part by the decimal part of the percentage. So the question here is 40% is 120. In this case 40% is 120. Find the whole. So the first step is convert the percentage into decimal. That is, first step is 40% convert it into decimal, then you are getting 0.4 here. Then in the second step use the formula. The formula is part, so part is this 120 and divided by decimal. So in the second step part, this part is 120 and the decimal is 0.4, and this will give you 300. So here we learned how to find the whole when a percentage and part are given. Now we will learn how to calculate percentage increase or decrease. So for this, the formula is this one. This is written like this: increase or decrease. We call it percentage change. So the percentage change is equal to new value minus original value divided by original value, and then multiply it with 100. So you will get percentage increase or decrease. So here we have an example. In case of negative result, it decreases. The percentage will decrease in case of negative result. Here we have an example, that is, it tells us that price rises from $50 to $65. So how much increase is here? So in this case, original value is equal to 50. New value is equal to 65. Difference or increase in this case is equal to 15. So have to calculate increase percentage. So percentage increase is equal to new minus old, new minus original, which is this now. So put 15 and divide it on original, which was 50, and then multiply it with 100. So you will get 30%. When you multiply it with 100, then you must put this percentage sign. So 30% increase, because the value is positive here. So it is a 30% increase, already mentioned here. Now we will discuss real world applications of percentages. So first let's discuss how to find discounts price. So the formula for the discounted price is equal to original multiplied by 1 minus discount rate. So this formula is used to find discount price. For example, $80 at 25% off, meaning that an item price is $80 and there is a discount price of 25% on it. So how much we are going to pay for it? So if the item is of $80 and the discount is off or at the rate of 25%, then we will put the values in this formula. So first find the discount rate. So discount rate is equal to 25%. So this is equal to 0.25. 25% is further equals to 0.25. Now amount we are going to pay, or payable amount, is equal to 75%. There is 25% off. So 1 minus this one, 1 minus discount rate, 0.25. So the resultant value is 0.75. Now discount price can be found using the above formula. Discount price is equal to, according to above formula, original price, which was $80, and then multiply by this payable amount, which is now 0.75. So when you multiply this, then we get $60. So the discount price is $60. If an item is of $80 and there is off on it at 25%, then we have to pay $60 for it by using this formula. Okay, next is how we can calculate simple interest using percentage. So percentages make simple interest easy to calculate. To find simple interest, if someone has taken loan from the bank, then the interest is equal to the interest on that particular amount is equal to principal multiplied by rate multiplied by time, where principal is the starting money, rate, interest rate per year, and time may be number of years. So here is an example. Interest on $1,000 at 5% for 3 years. So if someone has taken 1,000 rupees from a bank at 5% interest rate and the duration of return is 3 years, then how much interest a person has to pay? So for this, the interest is equal to, again put the values in the formula. So interest is equal to principal, means the original amount, that is he has taken 1,000 rupees, which is the actual loan, and then multiply by 0.05 because 5% is equal to 0.05, and if it is for 3 years, then multiply it with 3, so the resultant value will become $150. So this means that simple interest is equal to $150. So this $150 is total interest earned over the entire 3 years. Okay. Let's summarize the whole lecture. So we learn about percentages. We learn what percentage mean. Then we learn converting between forms, that is how to convert percentage to decimal, how to convert decimal to percentage, how to convert percentage to fraction, and how to convert fraction to percentage. Then we learn some core calculations, that is percentage calculation formulas. We learn about finding the percentage of a number, finding what percentage one number is of another, and then we learned finding the whole when a part and its percentage are given. And then we also talked about percentage increase and decrease. And then finally we discussed real world applications, that is we calculated discount price and simple interest. So this was the summary of the topic, and this is the exercise. So you can practice these questions. Thank you all. See you. Bye-bye.